Welcome back to Jungbub Talk. In today's episode, we're exploring why the average lifespan is increasing and what that means for society. It's incredible how people in their 80s today are as healthy as those in their 60s used to be. But as we age, we must ask, what makes life meaningful even as it stretches longer?
Right. It's not just about living longer, it's about the quality of life. And as we age, it's crucial to stay engaged and active. You can't just live for the sake of living. Without purpose, life can feel like a burden. So what do you think keeps life meaningful, especially when you're past the age of 50?
That's an excellent question. It's all about finding something to do. If you're not engaged in something worthwhile, aging can feel like a slow decline. But when you have a sense of purpose, you're more likely to thrive. I think it ties into this concept of living for the public, doing something bigger than yourself, something that benefits humanity.
Exactly. That idea of living for the greater good is so powerful. If you think about the past, the older generations sacrificed so much for their families and communities. Now we're at a crossroads where we need to take those sacrifices and transform them into something that can help the world. You mentioned earlier about how our ancestors worked hard to preserve their culture, but now it's our turn to contribute globally.
Absolutely. We've lived 70% of our lives in one way, absorbing knowledge, preparing ourselves. But now it's about turning that knowledge into action. And it's not just for personal gain. It's about using what we've learned for the world's benefit. This is where the Gangdo Sasang ideology comes in, the idea of living for the public, not just ourselves.
It's such an interesting shift, isn't it? From focusing on individual growth to focusing on collective well-being. In the past, everything was more about self-preservation, especially with the closed-door policies to protect the bloodline. But now, it's all about opening up, blending knowledge from different cultures, and contributing back to society. That's the real challenge, isn't it?
For sure. It's about creating something lasting for humanity. And the more we focus on that, the healthier we'll be, both physically and mentally. Think about it. Those who live with purpose, contributing to society, tend to be happier and healthier. On the other hand, when we become isolated, not needed by others, that's when difficulties arise.
That's a great point. It really makes you rethink the way we live our lives. How can we apply this philosophy to our own lives right now? How can we start contributing to the public good, even if it's just in small ways?
It starts with the people around us, our families, communities, and workplaces. We may not be able to change the whole world right away, but we can start by helping those near us. But on a bigger scale, we should also be thinking globally, especially with the resources and knowledge we've accumulated. If we can combine our efforts for a common cause, that's when we can start making real progress.
And that's the essence of what we're talking about today, right? The idea of living with purpose, contributing to society, and continuing to grow well into our later years. As we age, we're supposed to take all that we've learned and transform it into something that can benefit everyone. That's what makes our lives truly meaningful.
Exactly. Living longer doesn't have to be a curse. If we use our time wisely with a focus on helping others, we can live rich, fulfilling lives that extend far beyond just the physical. We're all connected, and when we live for something greater than ourselves, that's when life truly begins.
So as we reach our 50s, it's not about slowing down. It's about gearing up for the next chapter. Our historical mission is to use all the knowledge we've gathered and make a positive impact on the world. That's the real purpose of life.
And that's a powerful way to think about aging. Let's embrace the idea that our best work is still ahead of us. It's not just about living longer, it's about living well for the benefit of all.
That's the message we'll leave with today. Let's all think about what we can do for the public good, not just for ourselves. After all, as the saying goes, life begins at 50. But it's not just about us, it's about the world.
That's a wrap for today's episode. Thank you for joining us, and remember to live with purpose. Until next time.